From a distance, this looks like a life of a carefree man expressing himself in a world that lets him be. But this life is far from what Anold Mulaisho has been through. He fled persecution in Zambia because of his sexual orientation. His life here has been sponsored by friends and good Samaritans. But his arrival in South Africa 3 years ago was traumatic.
Just upon arrival, I was robbed in Johannesburg, where they had to take a few of my documentations. Basically, it was just my laptop bag with other documentations that were in there. And then from there, I got scared, and then there was a bus which was shouting, Sun City, Sun City. I didn't even know where Sun City was. I just got in the bus. Then I ended up in Rustenburg.
From Rustenburg, he had to travel often and eventually moved to Pretoria, where he could apply for asylum. But that had challenges of its own. His application for asylum was rejected apparently because he doesn't look gay.
First of all, I don't look gay. Then they asked me if I'm gay, why is it that I'm not wearing makeup or putting on lipstick?
South Africa is a signatory to the 2018 UN Migrant Compact that compels member states to treat migrants with dignity. But because that compact has no legal implications if violated, undocumented migrants are subjected to humiliation at the hands of government officials. But there are still safe spaces where people like Anold can still fight for their rights and recourse. Access Chapter 2 is a non-profit organization that's been reaching out to government departments to train and sensitize.
In the beginning, it's always a little bit difficult because you are coming. I'm quite young comparing to people working at Home Affairs, and I'm coming here to tell them that what you have been believing all your life is actually not true. It's different. It's difficult for a certain age of people to unlearn what they think is true. It's the truth for them. So yes, at the end of every session, I'm happy because I still have people who are like, okay, we're going to be calling you when we have such a case, and I've been going there. I've been there 2 or 3 times to deal with a case of a person coming and claiming and saying they are gay, they were rejected from their countries.
Last year, South Africa was dealing with yet another spread of xenophobic attacks, which prompted a visit by the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. Government vowed to address challenges faced by migrants. Anold Mulaisho pins his hope on those challenges being addressed so he can be a productive member of society. While still undocumented, Anold says he's been unable to use public facilities like hospitals. He says reporting a crime once turned him into a victim in a police station. But this is not policy for the South African Police Service.
Belonging to the LGBTI community, that's a person's constitutional right. And we can't take a person's right away by not assisting the person for whatever complaints of crime they may have. By not assisting them is fundamentally you are infringing on their constitutional right.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has recently eased lockdown regulations, moving another step closer to the reopening of the refugee center in Pretoria, where Anold and many others can hopefully finalize their quest for asylum. For SABC News, I'm Matuba Mahlatjie in Pretoria.